Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zzringh podcast, to your podcast. My name is Irene Douglas. You know me, I'm your host. And I wanted, first of all, to wish you a Happy New Year 2026. And today we're starting our first season, which is named Unspoken Truth, and also our first episode. Our first episode is Happy New Year and reflection on 2025. I don't know how was your year, 2025, your last year. If you can drop a comment to let us know a little bit by your own words what it was, we'll really appreciate that. That's why I really request you to subscribe and share this to somebody you know, which might really be in need of listening to this podcast weekly for human relationship. As of my last year, 2025, it was a great mixture of feelings, intense feeling, believe me. It was a year of separation, alignment, and of becoming. And I really thank God for that because I feel like a new me. It's a year which will be forever marked in my head. It's a sacred one. It was not perfect, but it was very, very necessary. First of all, I graduated, and then after many years of, staying together after our city hall wedding with my hubby, we decided to do our white wedding. It was a great one. We really like it because it was a moment of fulfillment, honor, and favor. A milestone that came into reality. Also, this very last year, we celebrated my husband's master's degree after many struggles. And one day we're going to talk about the struggle we went through. And then after that, we have to gather the family together. We travel here and there, Atlanta, France, Toulouse, Paris, and all those to see our family member. It was great. We visited Lourdes, a place of faith, a place of silence, full of miracles. It's where my soul finally felt as if I was breathing. It felt great. It was a very great experience. I had to experience grounding, my own clarity, and my stillness. Not just a performance like in praying, but that quietness felt like intense moments which were really needed in every human being life. Then I released so many years of unspoken pain, unspoken worry, unspoken questioning, and something felt as if it was recalibrating within myself. My discernment also afterward sharpened, and then I began to receive some answers to long prayers I did. So even my own body physically seems to be aligned. So Lord did not just explain my life, but it reset it, I might say. I felt renewed, I felt resetted. I bathed there. I drank from the source. It was great. If you don't know about Lourdes is this place where the Virgin Mary, for Catholic believer, appeared to Saint Bernadette. If you live in France, it's very good to go there. So it's easy for you to land into Toulouse. First of all, Matabius train station, and then from Matabius train station, you can take a local train to there, which is 2 hours, or you can drive. If you have your car, you can drive. It's 2 hours. The convenience is to arrive there earlier, so you have the full day to visit and to do your prayer. Close bracket. So 2025, I had moment of love, low moment. So 2025, I had moment called low moment. One mask of many people around us kind of start falling off. It has tasted me really emotionally. There were moments of serious uncertainty, but what hurt the most was who the people it was coming from. We faced betrayals where people you trusted in private conversation later on, twisted them, shortened, and then choose selectively to say that or to repeat. So not to clarify, but to control the narrative. The narrative sometimes relates something to somebody, but the person remove or add on some spices so they can control the narrative while always in your face pretending to be innocent. At the same time, they spread the gossips, the conversation about you, which happened maybe in a rooms or where you were maybe never invited into, kind of a framing like updates or concern, but they are not really concerned because it was not always handing with your name and the right story, but mostly reduced to rumor, instead of the truth being said. And then we had moments where people felt like it was okay for them to pray hypocrisy dressed as concern. Some were even checking on you publicly, how are you doing, like in public. Messages, smileys, prayers when you post into groups, and they're over there just pretending, while privately they were kind of questioning your intention, doubting your integrity, or feeding suspicious ideas to other people, just kind of staining your name or your dignity. And we had some other people where we felt we became envious, but they disguised it like jokes, so some kind of backhanded comment about your growth or your marriage or your education or your faith. We had comment like, oh, don't fear any master degree because, me, where I work in this. And some people wanted really to belittle you, to really reduce your accomplishment, not knowing that every accomplishment deserves the sweat. Believe me, every human being accomplishment deserves the sweat because it's not easy. It's not easy, especially here in the United States of America, for somebody, father of many kids, responsible of a house, to go to school and make it. He really deserves his accomplishment, but we still have people who tend to belittle him, and that was really offending. It was really hurting. And then you have some other people, instead of addressing their discomfort honestly, they just chose to question your characters or to damage your reputation because they wanted to protect their own pride. They wanted to protect the bad things they've been doing themselves, and they knew that if you come to say it publicly, people will say, oh yes, this is how it was. So they come to belittle you before you even start saying anything about them. By the time you will come to your truth, no one will believe because you will have been already, stained your name, wasted your dignity and your reputation. So some people like that would like to talk behind people's back. So we kind of encounter them, and the masterpieces of those people who even plan to be unavailable in our wedding. Oh my goodness, friends, people very close, before it even happened, they only come later on with polished excuses to say A, B, C, D, E, L, kind of excuses, not knowing that we were already fully aware of what the intention were and what they will really do. Some even disappear, just, run away. I always say because apparently, honestly, was really out of stock this year for us. It was out of stock this year. So we witnessed behavior from jealousy, competition, egocentrism, hidden ideas, which came to light. Oh my goodness, the list is long. The list is very long. Then we went from silent sabotage, fake support, people will come to a club for you in public, but they doubt you in private, convenience and availability, like I said before, smiling faces and poison intentions. This was really what we observe in 2026. So when we come now into relationship, about who in all those groups stayed, left, or revealed, I really want to tell you one thing. When the year 2025 started for me, I made a special prayer on January 1st, 2025. Even my Abigail scared with that prayer. And God really answered me. I really requested God. I begged. I really prayed. I begged. I said, God, remove from my life, from my family life, anyone who do not wish us well. Whether it is in secret or publicly wish us well or have any other bad ideas about us. I want you this 2025 that you remove them quietly in silence, no argument, no fight, nothing, but make themselves excuse themselves and disappear. Find even whatever reason, just like you did with Pharaoh. I want you to harden their heart like you did with Pharaoh so that they do not come any closer. And then he answered. Yeah, it answered. By nature, sometimes I can confront certain situation to ask a person, but this year I really chose wisdom. I refuse to explain condition to adult people who understood very well adulthood and responsibility, because I firmly believe that if you are into a relationship or you are already an adult, a mature person, you are a parent, you have kids, you have children, you have work, you went to school, you have the capacity to understand certain behavior you've been having toward people. So I really refuse to explain adulthood to this group of people. So I refused to confront them because I knew they were fully aware of what they were doing. They knew, I knew, God knew, and that was the most important. So I left God handle the exit of my life. Some relationships change also forever in the meantime. Not out of hatred, but just because of clarity. We had to learn the hard way that no matter how close people are, boundaries are not negotiable. And I want to tell you, you should not negotiate your boundaries with anyone in that life. I always tell that to my first daughter. You do not negotiate your boundaries no matter what the cost is. You have to protect your dignity, and people have to preserve their own peace also if they do not want to cross your own boundaries to look for trouble. So that was a little bit of a flow, like a flow, like on the oceans with some flows, ups and downs. But 2025 brought me back to myself also in a condition where I had to go deeper into a certain, level of a prayer. And also when it comes into school, I have to dissociate from distraction. I committed my professional goals. I honor my academic path, completed my graduation, like I said earlier, and stepped into a dual program now toward a master's degree, which is very odd, I might say, but with my intention. And from all that focus, this is the main idea which came out of here. It's this podcast, it's the Zzringh podcast, because this is a part of my social work, career as well, and everything we do with human beings, but mostly with a focus on human relationship. So if you've been asking yourself, what is all this podcast all about? It's about you, about me, about us, about how we feel deep inside ourselves that sometimes we do not dare to say it loud. So this is the place where we can say it and where we can all heal together. But I want to say something very important. Healing is not easy, but when it is done into a group, it is always, always, always worth it. So this is a place of encouragement, of truth, of reflection, of growth. It's really created with purpose. It is a place which reminds us that each one of us daily needs healing, and ambition also can coexist along with the healing. You gotta be ambitious in life, ladies. I mean, come on, you gotta be ambitious. Okay, also, but when you come into learn a lesson with 2025, it's very hard to learn from consequences, believe me. So if you have a sister, a brother, a friend around you which you can learn from with advices, I really want to encourage you to learn with advices. It's very hard to learn. It's very hard to learn with consequences, because you might be learning on your knees, and it's hurtful. Some lesson I learned, like proximity is not loyalty. Some people just stay close to your life because they are there. They are counting your step. Actually, they are not working with you. You're working alone, but they are counting for you. They are there not to support you, but to monitor whatever you do. And they usually sit in the front row of your life, but they don't want to carry any responsibility for your own protection. So should any trouble occur, they disappear. They hear your struggle, they attend to your milestones, but they still remain neutral. When your name is being dragged here and there, because silence for them seems like safer than integrity. They will never really defend you behind your back. And some of certain people have a conditional loyalty. They support you until you grow, forces them to confront their own stagnation. So it lasts as long as you are convenient, smaller, and useful. But the moment you start growing, creates their own, you start growing or create structure, building yourself, a little bit, taking some wings to fly. You start creating their discomfort. You start creating a competition that only you are not aware of, but all of them, those people who just stay with you by covenant, start feeling the competition or a self-reflection or how they feel or how they are feeling that they cannot accomplish something or how they did something. Sometimes you even started something altogether, but you left them through the way, and then for them it is a competition, but you are the only one not being aware that you were into a competition. So their loyalty negotiates now itself. It starts negotiating. So suddenly they have excuses, they distance themselves, they have selective amnesia, yes. And then their support becomes inconsistent, and then the truth in the mouth become optional. They choose whether they have to say the truth or not, whether it is convenient for them or not, whether if it makes you appear like being good, they will alter the truth. And then they'll disappear when now their loyalty requires courage to come to clap for you when you have a success, or to come to support you when they know that you've been lifted up. They just return when it is safe, after, when nobody will really be there, to encourage you, and they see that, okay, the season has passed. Then they try to return to you, like a bit of halo, like a shadow, like nobody will see. So now it's a bit safe. We can return just to pretend. They don't really return genuinely. They just return to pretend. I also learned that loyalty is rare, but it costs something. Yeah. Those categories of people, they know your schedule, your scars, your secret, and they won't even defend you behind closed doors just because of their comfort. So it costs comfort, it costs popularity, it costs courage to stand alone in a room full of cowards. Yes, it's very expensive. So most of people don't fail at loyalty because they don't care, but they fail because they're just afraid of losing access, approval, and advantages. So the silence in their face of lies is not peace, but it's cowardice. It's cowardice with manners. They're just cowards, and they put a certain manners, to appear like human. But it's very sad that we live in this world today. It's very sad where people have to pretend to be people they are not just for their own comfort. And when masks start falling off, they just start disappearing. I also learned that sometimes when real loyalty appears, it is priceless, and you really have to invest yourself into such kind of relationship because you want those people to remain. Real loyalty cannot be intimidated. It cannot be bored. It cannot be silenced. It defends you. People will love you, will defend you when you are absent. They will defend you. They will correct lies beyond your name on real time and choose the truth, even if when it is inconvenient for them. Even when it's inconvenient for them, they will choose still to defend you because they know that is the truth. So once you've encountered people who can defend you behind your back, even in the places where you cannot access, but they have access, but they still defend you, I really want to encourage you to really align them in your life, And once you recognize real loyalty near you, stop mistaking those people, just cherish them. Like every year, when you have gone through a lot of things, you have now to come and start to releasing some idea. You have to release a lot of things. So I come with some ideas of mine. I come to release time wasted on people who did not really deserve my attention. Hours spent and listening to repeated complaint with no intention to change, showing up for conversations that went in circle, postponing my own rest, my own goal, my personal accommodation just for people who never really reciprocate presence for effort. There are certain people, they bring their matters to you. They bring their matters to you. And whenever you give them advice, they are pretending they are listening, but in reality, they are not willing to change anything. They are not willing to advance anything, to empower themselves or to enhance certain behavior or, to do something. But they just want to waste your time. And then after that, I heard some things about this person is interfering into my personal life. After you have given somebody an advice, the person asks you. And then I just decided, I'm like, God, from now on, the only answer such kind of person can get from me is that you're right. If the person is talking, I'm like, you're right, do whatever you want to do. But any advice from me, it is a no. So I release also patience, abuse for those who mistook, they mistook my kindness for weakness, forgiving the same behavior multiple times, like disrespect, lateness, broken promises, only to watch it continue, only to watch it going on, because some people always have, they believe when you are calm, when they're doing something, they interpret it as a permission, instead of a period of grace. They just look at it like, okay, I can do more. I can keep doing more because this person is not responding. That means I still have access in hurting and putting you into emotional labor, given to time that, the person can understand. No, I got really tired of carrying people emotions, mediating conflicts. That's where not even mine. Oh my gosh. Explaining myself repeatedly and offering understanding to people who really never extended the same care or accountability in return. We have people like that. So I decided for 2026 to choose my pace. Not because everything was resolved, but because continuing to explain myself was really draining, emotionally, psychologically, physically. It was just draining. Even spiritually, it is draining, because for you to have time to pray, you have time, getting into some condition and trying to find solutions and stuff like that, which is really unacceptable for 2026. So when I realized that not every silence needed a response from me, not every wonder needed a witness, oh my gosh, I chose peace, which meant walking away without closure. Yeah, you can walk away from situation without closure. You don't need closure in every kind of situation which you encounter. Resisting the urge to correct every lie, accepting that some people will never admit their harm when they cause. We have certain people like this. They harm you, they hurt you, but in the midst of that, when you ask for understanding, they will never admit their harm. They will always find excuses, and excuses come into multiple forms. I misunderstood you. I had a mental breakdown. I have ABCD. But you look at a mental breakdown, you look at our depression, anxiety, it's just him to you, not other people. And then you start understanding that, no, that was just enough. So I chose my own discernment to agree in my own judgment. I chose my well-being, my more valuable, which was more valuable than being right. Yeah, I didn't just want to be right, but I chose to be more in balance with myself, which is more sacred and being understood, and more important than staying accessible to everyone, you know? So for 2026, like I told you, I'm entering it with the new me, the Irene Douglas, the Zzringh podcast, the Godmother's here. Yeah, that'll be our motto, the Godmother's here. Because I'm the Godmother, I like everybody. But if you don't like me, if you don't pretend me, just stay tuned. You will start liking even what I'm saying, because you'll find yourself in one of the situations which we'll be saying here. And like I said before, this was just a quick reflection on the 2025. Since it didn't break me, it made me just stronger for 2026. We are now at the end of most of our podcasts. We would like to do our prayer of gratitude, separation, and preservation, so we can start the 2026 year. It is a strong prayer. I usually do that every year by myself, but this year I want to share it with you. You can copy that. For those who really want the prayer, you can comment prayer and I will send it to you. Okay. So, God, before I ask you for anything else, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for 2025, for the wins people saw and the endurance some did not see. Thank you for every achievement that came wrapped in exhaustions, for every milestone reached while carrying silent battles, for every door that opened after night were quiet and also feel uneasy to continue. Thank you for the waiting that restored joy after years of perseverance. And thank you for graduation and multiple accomplishments, for growth that proved I did not break but I matured. Thank you for the health restored, for discipline learned, for the strength of change habit within my life, for the courage to choose myself, and the grace to keep going even when my own body and my spirit felt tired. Thank you for travel, for the reunion, for moment of beauty in the middle of pressures, for moment of truth, for the answered prayer I once whispered in silence and now I live inside of. And yes, God, thank you even for the losses, for the people who left when you answered our prayer for peace, for the exposure of fake love, hidden envy, and connection that could not follow us forward. Thank you for the removal that felt like pain but turned out to be protection. Now, Lord, remove from our lives, for the life of my brother and my sister who's following me, every person who needs to access us in order to feel important. Anyone will feed on proximity but never contribute to growth. Anyone who drains, watches, consumes but never really pour back. Separate from us the fake concern, from curiosity masked as care, from spiritual language that used to control or manipulate, to block every attempt to return into our life discuss. As I was just checking on you, I want to hear from you. I didn't have any news from you. Keep our ears far enough so that they cannot interfere with what you are building with us through everything you are doing through us, but close enough so that we do not become arrogant, bitter, or even distracted by them. Handle what we no longer explain, defend what we choose not to address, and fight the battle we are not strong enough to do. But Lord, be gentle with our heart, be gentle with my heart, because this year taught me that strength still echoes, that boundaries are only, that forgiveness without wisdom is very dangerous, in that love without limits becomes self-betrayal, and that access is a privilege but not a right. Give me the patience for those who love me genuinely and honestly, even though love is still imperfect. Grant grace to those who slowly but sincerely help me with discernment to know who deserves my softness, and courage to hold it where it will be abused, because you know better, you see everything and you foresee everything. Yes, you do. Thank you for what I built this year and what I will build this year and what is about to be built this year. Structure when chaos tries to win, consistency when motivation disappears, confidence when doubt was loud, and faith with backbone but no fear. This is our platform. So we thank you for that too, for turning this platform into a mirror, a voice into a refuge, life, and truth into a safe space. If my honesty made some people uncomfortable, thank you for reminding me that healing is not meant to be convenient. As I step into this new year with my brother and my sister watching this, we do not come loud. We come here aligned, clear, disciplined, and protected by you. Bless those who stayed, who love without condition, who supported without competitions, pray without envy. They are seen, they are blessed, they are deeply appreciated. And those who could not stay with us, still bless them, far away from us. This season is not about proving anything. It is about preserving everything you have given us. So please, Lord, help us to build clarity, faith, discipline, and peace. Reward silence over performance, obedience over applauses. We pray that even if we drift, realign us gently. Amen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this podcast. We believe you have found your own account into that. So if something in this episode unsettled you, sit over it, sit with it, think, because I want you to understand that healing doesn't rush. It resonates and it doesn't leave anybody out of it. Healing is for everybody. And I want you to learn how to protect your peace as fiercely as you dream. Until next time, stay honest, stay grounded, and remember, clarity is also a form of love. This is your Zzringh podcast with your host, Irene K. Douglas from upstate New York. See you in our next episode.